How's it going, everybody? Welcome to my channel and also welcome to my garage. Now, I just got this S2000 about two or 3 weeks ago. You know, this thing is fun to rip through the canyons here in western Pennsylvania, weaving in and out of the potholes. Makes for a great time. But you know what I like more than my S2000 and what I like more than my cars or my GTI? Knowledge. Now, I just had this new swanky bookshelf installed in the garage so that when I'm out here and I want to get some more knowledge, I can pick it right up off the wall just like that. No, but guys, seriously, today I want to give you do a video about some things I've been getting asked about, and I want to give you guys some tips on how you, yes you, anybody out there can afford their dream car. I'm trying to think here, like I just got home from work, I got held over, I had my 2-hour drive home, I didn't get home until like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and what really stinks, like right now it's like 2:30, trying to get home, get ready, get everything set up, come up with an idea for a video, and then go outside, shoot something before it gets dark at 4:30. So we're gonna try and get this done. Now it's another day in November in western Pennsylvania, so it was spitting snow. There's no salt on the roads yet. Oh yeah, it's an S2K kind of day. Oh, what's going on, guys? Well, I found a pretty swanky spot to record here. Don't mind me, it is freezing, so I'm gonna have my hood up. I hope you guys don't mind. And actually, this is not a Swanky Mods hat, so I can't put the actual brand on here. So like I was saying earlier, before we left, I want to talk to you guys about what it actually takes to afford your dream car. So, the most important step to affording your dream car is to figure out what your dream car is. Now, everybody is going to be different. Everybody is going to have different tastes. Everybody is going to think one thing looks good, one thing doesn't. Now, when you think of dream cars and you think of somebody making a video on YouTube about their dream car, you would expect a Lamborghini, maybe a Ferrari, something along those lines, something that costs you 6 figures. This car right here is one of my dream cars, and I'm able to afford it by doing these couple things I'm about to tell you guys. Now, I've talked about this in some of my other videos. For me, at least, it is so much easier when you have a goal in mind and you have something you can put all your focus on and you can see it in the future. So for me, recently was my S2000. I knew I wanted something 2-door, rear-wheel drive, and something manual. Now, I made another video which you guys can watch. I can't remember which side it is when I do this. Somewhere up here. Why I chose this over the FRS and BRZ. Now, it came down to a couple different cars like those cars, but I had my mind set, and I knew that I was going to get something in the price range of this car, and I knew what I had to do to get there to be able to afford it. Once you've made up your mind, if it is a Lamborghini, fine. If it's a $1,500 Subaru Impreza 2-door coupe, 1996, like I had before, that's fine too. So the biggest part about getting your dream car after deciding it is your finances. So if you want a Lamborghini, you need to figure this out. If you want a $500 Impreza, you need to figure this out and figure out what you want to do. Now, what comes with that is, are you going to finance your car or are you going to pay cash for your car? Now, this car here, I put down a decent amount of money and I financed the rest. Now, I've been told by a couple of my mentors and other people that I think are financially smart, was that even if you had the amount of money to pay for this car, let's say this car was $15,000. And I had $15,000 in my pocket. You can borrow money so cheap nowadays that it makes more sense and more business sense and more financial sense to put down a little bit of money and then finance the rest so that you can have that money to invest in other things. Now, people have talked about investments and how that can help you pay for your cars, and it's 100% true. Now, a small investment that I have right now is actually this car. I had talked about how I am starting to make a little bit of revenue on YouTube from these videos that I'm making, which is awesome to be able to put it back into the channel, do cool stuff, i.e., do you guys want me to turbo this thing? Should I let Ben turbo this? Let me put a poll up somewhere here. Yes, no on the turbo. I'm kind of scared it's going to blow up. Now, I'm no financial expert. I don't have a degree in finances, but just from what I've learned and what I've seen, it makes sense to me. Now, that might not make sense to you. You might be the type of person that says, I don't want debt, I don't like debt, I'd rather just pay for my stuff, and that's it, which is perfectly fine. Which brings me into my next point. Once you figure out if you are going to finance or if you're going to pay cash, you have to realize what you're going to do to get there. Now, one of the biggest misconceptions, and I think just the problem with the generation of today, and I mean, I know that it's just not my generation watching these videos. There's people that are older than me and there's people that are younger than me. And I know that some people aren't going to take me seriously because I'm only 24 years old. For all you that were asking how old I am. Whatever you figure out your budget is, you need to figure out how to do that. I think that there's a big problem right now with people buying Lamborghinis, buying Ferraris, buying all this stuff on YouTube, and making other people think like, crap, why am I not there right now? Why can I not do that right now? One of the biggest things that helps me out is just realizing that everything takes time. You know, taking time to save up a down payment, taking time to save up your down payment, and then taking up time to save X amount of dollars if you want to pad your bank account just in case, say something happened, you had to take a day off work, you had to take a week off work, you got sick. Things that make you comfortable, right? It's taking the sacrifices to get there. One thing that you can look at is my cars make me happy. Now, I've always been a firm believer in spending money on what makes you happy. If you're not into cars and you're not like me, you don't like working on cars, say you like exotic breads and you spend $500 on exotic breads a month, but it makes you happy. You know, that's what it's worth at. You know, I read a quote somewhere, I forget if it was in a book or something, it said, spend little on the things you don't want or need, and spend extravagantly on the things that make you happy, which are my cars. I mean, I got in this thing today, and it's just, it brings me to a happy place, you know. It is my relaxation. Like, I worked all day yesterday, I come home, and I literally look forward to jumping in this car and taking it for a ride, and every single time I get into it, it puts the biggest smile on my face. Going back to just sacrifices, saying, I'm not gonna go out tonight and spend $100 at a restaurant and a bar and drinking and eating, you know. It's making those types of decisions that are the most important. You could go back and, I mean, I do it too. I could go back in a month and look at all my bank statements and be like, holy smokes, how did I spend X amount of dollars? I mean, that could be another freaking investment that I'm putting into something else that's helping me out, just like this car. But it comes down to how bad you want something. You know, I've learned in my short life so far that it doesn't matter where you come from, it doesn't matter how much skill you have, it doesn't matter how much privilege you have. It comes down to how badly you want something. Because if you're willing to put in the work, I know this is going to sound cliche, but anything is possible. Anything. Now, I'm probably going to put a little bar, Russ, inspirational talker, speaker, whatever. Honestly, if you come to the decision that you want an S2000, you know, you want a $15,000 S2000, you want to put down $3,000, and you want to have a payment of this. You figure out how to do that. You set your mind to it, you set a goal, and if it's really something you want to do, if it's not something you want to do, you're going to find out real fast, because once it starts to suck, and once it starts to be no fun, when you're not going out with your buddies, you're not going out with your friends, you're putting money back, you're going to know that you're not actually into it, your heart's not into it, you know? So, for me, that's why it makes this easy, which comes into my next point. Now, I don't want to say the most popular phrase on the internet is right now. I don't want to use the word grind. Like, you gotta grind. Like, you gotta go out there and grind. You know, it sickens me right now. I'm sorry that I'm rambling on about this. If you're still here, I appreciate this. I just looked upward 11 minutes and 30 seconds before editing. I feel like people talk about the grind more than they actually grind, and they don't want to do the grind. They don't want to do the work. I think it's the cool thing to do right now. The cool thing is to be an entrepreneur or be your own boss and all this stuff, and it honestly sickens me. All the ads I see on TV of people laying in hammocks on the beach with a computer in your hand saying, oh, you're gonna make all this money, blah, 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 blah. Whatever, let me jump off my soapbox right there. Honestly, let me tell you guys a couple things that I do. So, like I've told you guys before, I work 48 hours a week, every week at least. Now, the one advantage I have is I work 24 hours at a time, which gives me a substantial amount of days off. It's the same, I'm still working the same amount of hours, it just, the way that the days fall, it gives me more opportunities to do more things. Now, I don't want you to say, Russell, that's why you have the things you have. It doesn't come down to that. like I said again, it comes down to how badly you want something. One thing that I do that's not, it's not fun, it's not sexy, it's not something I post online, going to basically picking, you know, going to like Goodwills or garage sales and buying something low and selling it high. You know, that's where you're gonna make a little bit extra money. Honestly, there's tons of ways to make extra money. And like I said, if you picking online is one way that I do it, you know? These YouTube videos are one way that I do it. I work my full-time job, I also have a part-time job. And sometimes, most of the time, I'm working overtime hours at my full-time job, while working at my second job, while doing YouTube videos, while going to Goodwill and picking stuff and putting it on eBay, you know? It just takes motivation and effort. If you really want something like an S2000, which might not be your dream car, it might not be. You might want to be having a Lamborghini back here, or a Ferrari, or a McLaren, or you might even want a GTI. You know, there's probably people watching these videos that want to get a GTI or want to get an S2000, and I hope that I'm inspiring you guys and I'm helping you guys to live up to your full potential and your dreams. You know, but honestly, that was just me. This is just me rambling on, trying to give you guys a little bit of an idea on how I do it, my thoughts and opinions. And just to tell you that it's possible. You can have your dream car if you want it. If you want it bad enough, you can have it, you know. So anyways, signing off. Russell here, Medic Magic. Give me a thumbs up, a thumbs down. I would show you guys with my hands, but it's freezing cold out right. Drop me a comment. I read all the comments. I'll get back to you sooner or later. And make sure to subscribe for more content to come. Go check out swankymods.com. We did sell all of the shift knobs. We are thinking about doing another sale, maybe doing a sale with the red. That was kind of my personal one that I wanted. But go get some Medic Magic gear to help support the channel so we can do more cool, fun stuff. Oh well, I'll see you guys later, and stay swanky. Now this is a really cool spot though. Oh, someone just texted me. Thank you for everybody who's been following me on Instagram. I do appreciate it. Posting stuff up, getting whatnot. Actually, I'm gonna post a picture right now of this setup. Give you guys a little teaser. So, all right, I think this was long enough for the end screens and end titles. I'll see you guys later. Thanks. Bye. Peace.